how do you go about simplifying a message so that the audience understands it, but you don't make it too simplistic?
I go back to Machiavelli and his obsession with focusing on the ultimate objective that you want. And I'll give you what I think is quite a good example of a simple idea. And I agree with the implication of your question. Simple is not the same as simplistic at all. They may share a syllable, but they don't share anything else. A long time ago, I was a partner in an advertising agency. We were approached by one of the biggest brewers in Britain. And at that time, people were moving from beer to lager. All of the big brewers were coming out with lagers, which were always called Lowenbrau or Heldenbrau or Lowenstein. It was like there were 3 or 4 German syllables that you could perm in any combination, because the belief was that the best beer came from Bavaria, and therefore all lagers should kind of either be that or pretend to be that. So our brief was to invent a new traditional Bavarian lager to compete with all of these other Brauenstein and Steinenbraus. And we sat down and we thought about it, and we thought, actually, deep down in our hearts, we didn't really believe that drinkers cared very much about whether a lager was the best quality or had the best hops or the best brewing tradition. It seemed to us that what drinking was about is being with your mates. It's not about the beer, it's about the people that you're drinking with. And so when the client came back to see us with our idea, we said, well, we've thought hard about this, and the part of Bavaria that we would like to concentrate on is the part known as Australia, because actually everybody may think that the best beer comes from Germany, but they think the best drinkers come from Australia. If you think of an Australian bar, you don't imagine that many people are sober by midnight. And so we said, what you need is to recognize that and say, actually, what people want to do is they don't want to identify with the quality of the product. They want to identify with the kind of person who drinks it. So we persuaded them to launch Foster's Lager on draft in the UK, which became a huge success. But it was at the heart of it, it was a very simple idea that people don't want good beer the way they might want good wine. They want good mates. And that's what Australia is best at.
Unless, and I love the example, thanks Roger for sharing that. Unless you are like me, and I'm a big craft beer fan, and for me it is about the beer. It's not about the mates, but
Sure.
absolutely.